those leaders, that they be held accountable and that we ask difficult questions as to how they are stopping this senseless crime that's taking place on a daily basis.
Where the homicides were happening in Shreveport by zip code, but certainly it was disturbing to show that we have a violence problem, we have a homicide problem, and it doesn't seem to be getting better.
Officers amidst a violent start to the year, reaching the city's 17th homicide this past weekend, resulting in the death of Heaven Weed, a 23-year-old woman who was violently attacked. According to our documents, SPD has actually faced a shortage for the past decade, with this year being the highest shortage they've seen recently. In October 2020, SPD was 88 officers short. In October 2021, they were 110 officers short. And the number increases as they are now 135 officers short.
We are allocated for 581 officers. Right now, we are approximately 135 officers short.
SPD says although they are facing this large shortage in officers, it doesn't directly impact Shreveport's increasing crime.
Well, we can't say for certain that it necessarily impacts crime. What it has done is made our officers have to really close in the ranks, and we've had to eliminate some specialized units.
Along with being forced to eliminate multiple specialized units, SPD says the shortage has also made them take longer on investigations.
In terms of certain investigations, they may take longer because we don't have the manpower that we're allotted for those investigations.
SPD tells us although they have been recruiting, they expect the officer shortage to possibly increase, with several officers retiring this year.
We are constantly adding personnel. So we are short people, we're constantly hiring people. You know, we have to account for people that are reaching the end of their career and retiring, and that is something that ultimately we will be facing that struggle in the future.
SPD says they plan to lower crime by installing more cameras across the city through the Real-Time Crime Center and continuing confiscating illegal guns off the streets. In Shreveport, Jasmine Franklin, KSLA News 12.
Depending on how much stake you put in these best of, worst of listings, it's not a good look regardless for the city of Shreveport and the state of Louisiana for that matter. Forbes magazine ranks Shreveport and Louisiana as some of the most dangerous places in the country. In the top 10 list, then that's not good. Forbes ranks Shreveport as the 9th most dangerous city in the entire country. New Orleans in at 8. Baton Rouge in at 10, so 3 of the top 10 in Louisiana. And according to World Population Review, the state of Louisiana ranks number 4 with the most gun deaths in the U.S. in 2023. So we asked Shreveport council members if they're concerned about this sort of bad publicity.
It doesn't make you feel good. However, I will say this highlights where we are. It does not highlight where we're going. This article does not depict the things that the current council and administration are putting in place now in order to make sure that we're getting off this list.
And according to SPD, Shreveport has seen 26 homicides so far this year.
Shreveport police responded to a shooting at the Orleans Square Apartments around 1:40 this morning. When officers arrived, they discovered a man with gunshot injuries to the upper torso. The man was transported to the hospital where he died from his injuries. The coroner's office has identified the victim as 28-year-old Camoria Kendrick. His death marks the 68th homicide in Shreveport this year. Police have no suspect information at this time. Anyone with information should contact SPD immediately.
We'll say the shooting happened around 1:45 a.m. This is the 73rd death in Caddo Parish this year and 68th in Shreveport. An autopsy has been scheduled.
Now, early voting for the Louisiana runoff election is happening now. One of the biggest races in our area is for Caddo Parish Sheriff. 2 candidates are vying for that job, looking to replace Steve Prater, who's been in office for more than 20 years. Republican John Nicholson and Democrat Henry Whitehorn are facing each other in the runoff. We talked with both of them as Election Day inches closer. It's the final stretch of the campaign. 2 candidates are vying for one of the most powerful law enforcement jobs in the Arklatex, Caddo Parish Sheriff. Republican John Nicholson got the most votes in the October primary with 45%. Democrat Henry White